holidays.
Yeah, but I don't know what else is in there. We'll just say during this holiday season.
Yeah. We are nearing the holiday season.
We're in the holiday season.
Huh?
In the holiday
Yeah,
season.
okay. Fine. Hello viewers, welcome to our program on immigration and you. I am Michael Fulwani, your immigration attorney, and once again we have with us David Nachman, my partner. As we told you on the last program, David just came back from India after meeting several American consular officers in Mumbai, in New Delhi and in Chennai. So David, you have a lot of information to give to our viewers. What happened in your meetings? What are the important things they should know? How they are doing the visa processing? What kind of problems they are having? Why the consuls keep some cases pending for long periods of time? Why our viewers are worried and concerned and afraid of going to India to apply for a visa, whether they will be stuck there or will be able to come back. There's a lot of confusion in the minds of our viewers. So please explain.
Wow, that's a packed question. But first of all, Michael, I guess I just want to let our viewers know that I returned from a 3-week delegation that traveled throughout India on November 29th, just in time for Thanksgiving. And of course, I want to wish all of our viewers a very happy holiday season to all of you. And of course, as we rapidly come up on the Christmas holiday, we hope you're all getting your shopping done. And I think probably by about now, I'm just getting over this horrible jet lag from my long trip to India. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to tell our viewers a little bit about what I was doing there and what I saw. So I started out in New Delhi. And I was part of a 25-person delegation which was run by the American Immigration Lawyers Association. And this delegation was slotted to visit, as Michael mentioned, the U.S. consulates in New Delhi, in Chennai, in Mumbai. So we had meetings that were set up in each one of those U.S. consulates. And at that, for each one of those meetings, of course, we had an opportunity to meet with senior level officials in a working group environment where we sat down and we had an opportunity to ask any questions which we had, and that was an excellent opportunity for us as a law firm also to deal with issues which were lingering in the minds of our clients, things that we had been provided with. Many of you were good enough to provide questions to me before I left. Those questions were routed through this organization and to the senior level staff who addressed many of those questions with us. In addition to that, we also, in addition to the working groups and sitting down and talking about the issues, we also had an opportunity to socialize with the officers in the U.S. consulate abroad, which was an excellent opportunity for us, not just to probe them with regard to what their protocols were and how they were doing things, but also with regard to their personalities and things that led them to want to be members of the U.S. State Department and provide the service of dealing with visas in the U.S. consulate offices in abroad. Now, as many of you know, actually as all of you know, Michael and I do a trip every year to India where we also sit down with the U.S. consular officials and we go over the cases that are actually given to us where we can discuss issues with the U.S. consular officers. And Michael, of course, has been doing this for 40 years, 35, 40 years, and it gives Michael an opportunity also to get to know the officers as they turn over. And I think that's one of the really important things that we glean from this trip is that the people who Michael and I met with 6 months ago are no longer there. What they've done now is they've turned over a lot of the individuals, and so we have new guards, if you will, and those individuals, of course, now we had an opportunity to find out who they are, what their contact information is, and also to hear what their feelings were about visa processing in the U.S. consulate offices in India. So we, as a group, had an opportunity to meet with the senior level staff, which when Michael and I go, we usually are sitting with 2 or 3 consular officers. Here, at each one of the meetings that we attended, we actually had an opportunity to meet with 10 and sometimes 15 officers, which was really nice. And then, when we had an opportunity to socialize, we would be able to move around and talk to each one of them and get an idea about how they felt about visa processing. So it was really an excellent opportunity for us. So what are some of the things that I want to bring back?
David,
Yes,
I
Mike.
just wanted to tell our viewers that both David and me, we are going in January.
Oh, that's right, absolutely. Yep,
for about
thank you.
3 weeks, we are going to be meeting the American consulate officers again,
in
and you know,
in
getting
Mumbai, in New Delhi,
and possibly in Hyderabad and Chennai as
exactly.
well.
Yep.
And then we're going to have some seminars done. And once we finalize those arrangements in our coming programs, we can tell you where we are going to be having speaking engagements. So you can tell your friends and relatives in India to attend or to come and meet us if they want to.
Exactly.
And David, we have some specific questions also from you to ask. But before that, I want to just tell you from what I understand and you confirm. Previously, the appointments there was once upon a time, I would say, person wants to come to US, he wants an appointment, it's 2 months, 3 months sometimes. Our entertainment groups, P3 groups, people, companies for shooting and all that, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. It was too much time they were taking. After that, the whole system is changed. Presently, if a person wants to apply for a visitor visa, he can get an appointment within a week's time.
That's
5
right.
to 7 days, almost all the posts.
Exactly.
They're
And
very
it's-
much current.
And they're very proud of their timing. I have to say the U.S. consulate offices have done a tremendous job of reducing the wait time. They understand how frustrating that was, to the individuals who are applying, and they've done a tremendous job of reducing the wait
And I
time.
tell you why. How were they able to do? How come? See, first of all, they increased the staff and the building. In Mumbai, they moved from Bulabai Desai Road to now East Bandra. It's a new building and there are a lot of windows. There have been some more windows that are not even fully utilized. In Chennai, the same thing. So that was one good thing. The other thing that they started kind of an interview waiver. See, previously they were interviewing everybody.
Right.
Even if a person had a 10-year visa before, again the same thing. So now they do not interview, most of the cases they don't interview if you are reapplying again.
Right.
You have an existing 10-year visa or whichever visa, H1 visa, any kind of visa, and you want to apply for the same visa again. In a sense, you are renewing that they only go for biometrics. So they go in, take the fingerprints, they're out in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, no interview.
Right.
And those also the interviews that are required, they go pretty much fast. They're not going to be able to spend 3-4 minutes on interviews. They don't even want to look at the papers. That's the way 600-800
Yeah.
people or 1,000
yeah.
people every day in the line.
They reiterated that.
So a lot of them
yeah.
don't want to interview.
Exactly.
So the speed has gone up very quickly, as a result of which.
Well, and Michael, the volume also has gone up considerably. The officers have, they're very proud of the fact that at the Mumbai consulate and at the U.S. consulate in New Delhi, they process approximately 800 to 1,000 visas per day.
Exactly.
And if you figure that out in terms of timing and do the math, they spend very little time with the individuals who they're interviewing. So what they made clear is that, and in fact, one of the things that the officer said, which I thought was really helpful, is that they encourage us as professionals to coach our clients. They want us to coach our clients. They want our clients to know exactly what the procedure is and how to do it and what to say. So that adds sort of a level
And
of
when you say
comfort to
coach,
me.
when you coach like ethical attorneys, what we are talking about is coach means explain or
Prepare
them
for what to expect.
on the facts.
Exactly.
On the correct facts. If they
Exactly.
have done something wrong, we tell them, you tell them clearly.
Exactly.
And then we have to deal with, but don't lie, don't commit fraud. And most of the consular officers trust us. They know that we never would. Unfortunately, the problems do not come from most of the Aila members. They come from the notary publics, some unethical travel agents and all that.
Well, interestingly, the officers also pointed out that they have a pretty good idea of who some of these unethical who these unethical people are. In fact, one of the funny things that they pointed out in Mumbai is that they actually stand there and they look across the street and they see these agents standing on the corner and they're just waiting for the individuals who they send in to come out.
Exactly.
So they just think it's kind of funny and they laugh at that. So that was one of the things that they shared. But the watchword that they shared with us was what's called credible articulation. So credibility and articulation are the two things that they're looking for. Yeah, that you're going up, you're explaining exactly what you're planning to do and explaining it in a way that's understandable. And they also said that they're willing to be patient. So if there's, and some of the consular officers shared some interesting stories about individuals who would come up to the window, be seeking a visa, and would be hyperventilating. And so they'd be, and they would say to the officer, the officer would say to the individual, slow down, take a deep breath, and explain it to me clearly. So it's almost like they know what, they know people are going to be nervous, and they're willing to make certain concessions, in terms of they want the cases to be approved. The U.S. consular officers shared with us clearly that they're in the visa facilitation business. They don't want to deny visas. They want to approve visas. But they're only able to approve visas if individuals can credibly articulate the reasons as to why they want to come to the United States. Those credible articulations are put forth, of course, in the papers when an individual does a petition or does an application. But it's important for the individual to have that in their head and to be able to explain it to the U.S. consular officer when they're asked.
But David, that's fine. A lot of people are happy when they get the visas. But the people that are complaining to us, which may be about 10%, that's what the consuls say, that we issue, Mr. Fulwani, Mr. David, we probably have told you earlier, and even now even better, we are approving almost 90% of the applicants, maybe 10%. The problem is that those are the 10% who most likely to come and complaints and all that. So imagine 90% of the people are, if that is true, hopefully it is true, are happy. They don't come to you and me to just tell, oh, I went and I got a visa. The people that you come to you and me are the ones who did not get the visa, who have been denied, who are stuck in 221G and all that. So let me just very quickly say something. You said, obviously now, the number of persons that coming to United States, visitors, students, are much more than before. So are you not happy that you are likely to get more and more clients?
Well, obviously, the answer to that, of course, is yes, Michael. I mean,
no,
for us,
these are
it's
clients,
all about having, of course, I mean.
No, they're successful clients, but they want to then go forward with other categories of visas. They might have come on a visitor visa, they might have come on an H1 visa, they might have come on an L1 visa, and now they want a green card, they want to become citizens, and we are there to provide them with a service.
With a service, of course.
Of course, that's what I meant, is that it's a mutual thing.
Of course.
They want to do something, and we are there to help them, and of course, they're part of the professional service.
Exactly, exactly. And I think that for us, I mean, we're not sitting and preparing visitor visa applications.
Of course
I don't
not.
think that's what, that's not where our service really lies. And we're not preparing F1 visas. But what we are doing is we're providing a service to these individuals who are going to the U.S. consulate who don't understand what they're going to be asked and aren't able to prepare themselves properly. So this information that's getting out there from the U.S. consulates, I think, is tremendous. Very important, Michael, from a business perspective, the U.S. consular officers are open, especially in Mumbai, if there are businesses that send a large number of people to the United States, professional associations, businesses, trade groups. They want to hear from you. They want to know who you are, what the reason you're sending these individuals to the United States is. They want to build the profiles within the U.S. consulate so that they know when these people are coming to the consulate to make their applications. So what it is it's a much better open door policy than we've seen in the past.
Thank you very much, David. I think we need to talk
Michael.
Something more about this in our next program. But we are coming to the end of this program today. We thank you very much for watching the program. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to contact us, and we'll try our best to give you whatever information can be helpful to you. Thank you, David, again, and thank all
you,
of
Michael.
And bye.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.